I want to talk about Black Panther. What was your approach? Obviously, you won an Oscar. Not trying to just hammer it home, but it's important. You won.
It is important.
You were celebrated for it. What was your approach when you were creating the costumes?
Wow, there are multiple approaches. There's an approach that you're the costume designer, and there's a schedule of meetings and consultations and, just, conversing ideas with the director and the producers, everyone. Then there's the concept of gathering the information and the research. We had a roadmap, of vision boards, hundreds of them.
Wow.
And they're on display throughout the office. The walls are littered with tribes. We organize it in different factions, right, of the film. There's also a Wakandan Bible that's done by the production designer. In this case, Hannah Beekler did a Bible about Wakanda. Like, if you've never, you can talk about the concept of Wakanda, but what is it really? What does it look like? How do they get around? How do they work? What's the whole, thing? It's a forward-thinking play. So, what does that look like? And she has outlined everything. So when you're like casually taking a break and you're looking through the Wakandan Bible, you really get a sense of the place and how you can you put your characters' costumes in that space. So we meet on those kinds of things all the time. Production design is showing you their keyframes and things. And you're at the same time looking at the tribes of Africa. You're using a lot of the similar techniques to how, like, the Himba women soap this calf skin and ruffle the edges to make their garments. And you're employing some of the same techniques even to have that authentic feel to some of the texture.
Wow.
And then you're masking a huge team of in-house craftspeople and artisans, as well as going out to different companies to have things made that they're specializing in, and they're doing it for a lot of movies. And so you get in on their schedule, and that's also very important to the success of going through this process, because sometimes when things come out of these companies, we still have work to do with them.
Right.
So there's not only getting in their schedule, what their timeline is for returning and delivering product, also becomes part of our timeline. So I have a whole team that is focused on all of those things. When does it go in? When does it come out?
Right.
And what does it look like?
Ultimately, yeah.
So there's R&D where we do prototypes. The Panther skin, the top layer of the texture, how raised is it? How smooth is it? How black is the black? You'd be surprised. Do you want to put a little, shimmer in it so it has a gloss to it? There's a lot of R&D that goes into these superhero films. What
was your favorite costume in Black Panther or Black Panther Wakanda Forever?
Oh, I can't help but love the Dora. The Dora. I mean, in the first film, whenever you create something with a team and it's successful and everybody's standing around it, when we finished the Dora costume in the first film, we didn't even have it on a mannequin. We had just taken it out of the box and laid it like flat on a table, and we were just all standing around it, just like, ah, and ah. And so it just remains the favorite. And it's hard to mess with it because we actually did something different with the armor in Wakanda Forever. And it was good. It was fine. I love the texture of it. But, you never have enough time. So there's a little tweak that I would make to it because it's a beauty. It's a beauty.
Beauty in itself.